Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. Obviously, this is Pro Wrestling Logic, and we bring you the best in audio content, 2,200 deep here in our foray into that venture. This is the 14th of November, 1993 Wrestling Challenge Review Series here and obviously a couple weeks away from the Survivor Series. I guess you'd say, weakest, at least from my estimation, of the four pay-per-view offerings in the WWF at the time. Although, wait, five, because we start with the King of the Ring in 1993, so weakest of the five at the time. Last week on Superstars, we opened with a review. The Steiner Brothers and Lex Luger announced that The Undertaker will be replacing Tatanka on their team that was supposed to get a pretty big pop, and The Undertaker being an All-American really didn't make a heck of a lot of sense at the time, but it is what it is. Bam Bam Bigelow is out here with his main squeeze, Luna Vachon. That pairing had started a few weeks beforehand. Not that there's anything wrong with the pairing, but it just kind of is unique, to say the least. Rich Myers is the opponent for Bigelow here. Really short match. Bigelow gets a couple of punches, kicks, basic maneuvers in. Nothing to write home about. Hits the top rope headbutt and gets the match over in about 2.5 minutes. Luna Vachon, very outspoken with her disdain for Myers and anyone who doesn't agree with her way of being going into the new year. Anyway, Joe Fowler tries to get us to come out to the Garden. That's the basic idea of the promos that follow here. And upcoming matches at the Garden, pretty big thing. Also, we move to the Smoking Guns having a tag team match here. Pretty basic along the way, and also Diesel hyping the wonder that is the WWF video game. Diesel playing a video game as a heel really doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is what it is. The hype for the upcoming Garden show also is pretty predominant throughout, and the Guns in their tag team match managing to go at it with a couple of enhancement talents here, and those specifically Tony DeVito and Todd Mata. Punch kick and the sidewinder from the Guns. Guns get a couple of arm drags in. They're basically doing the cowboy gimmick in jeans and no t-shirt because they're showing off their guns, no pun intended. But super basic maneuvers as they are still in their first year within the WWF and still trying to find their feet in that process. Some kicks to the midsection and a gut wrench from Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn still being around 30 years later at a national level, just amazing to me. Jerry Lawler brings out Johnny Polo. Polo basically talks about the unfairness of what's coming at the Survivor Series and the Undertaker being added to the team and all of that. We then see a debut for IRS on Challenge, I believe. I believe this is debut against an enhancement talent. The enhancement talent gets a couple of shots with IRS into the buckle. IRS also hits the Samoan drop, called the write-off at the time. Jeff Jarrett coming in to the Grand Ole Opry, talking about playing music, and as it were, and being the best country music star, since sliced bread, apparently. Then Well Done against Bret and Owen Hart. Bret and Owen Hart teaming together, trying to get synchronicities for the upcoming Survivor Series matches, as it were. That doesn't really come together, but the team of Well Done, managed by Harvey Whippleman, give them a decent enough foray. Not a match you have to go out of your way to see, but at the same time, decent enough. Well Done trying to break things down for the benefit of anyone who will listen, the Harts obviously get the victory. Bret Hart taking the majority of the match. They do run the match through a commercial break. Bret finally coming in, hitting all his major spots, the backbreaker, the second rope elbow, and the sharpshooter. And again, outshining Owen, leading to that story. Survivor Series report continues. Obviously, the Undertaker being added to the All-Americans might have been goofy, but it is what it is. The four doinks against Bam Bam Bigelow, Bastion Booger, and Men on a Mission is a thing, and they kind of talk about that upcoming attempted comedy, obviously targeted towards kids, much different time, but not exactly a super enthusiastic match if you're a wrestling fan at the time and above the age of about 8. Anyway, Crush defeating PJ Walker, aka later Just Incredible. Really short match here. Crush, of course, at the time, managing to be a guy that I don't know. I mean, you want guys like that on your team for sure, and when I say team, within your company, but he's uninspired. The Randy Savage feud, probably the last major feud for Crush in a lot of ways, and we go forward that way. We'll also see, the head crunch and eventually the win for Crush, and ultimately that's where that lands. We'll be back with more right after this.